I'm actually local to Brandon. Well,
Yeah.
a couple hours away maybe, but
Yeah.
localish. We're in the same state, and I have
Yep,
used mold
exactly.
inspection sciences personally. I've had my family
Yeah.
members use you guys. And I think it was about a year and a half ago. There's a little private school down in Colorado Springs where
Yeah.
both of my kids were in high school. And I get a call from, and they're both recovered CIRS patients, right?
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
know with the HLA-DR, multi-susceptible, we really don't want them to have a new exposure. I get a call from the principal one day saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
Jenny, I know that your kids are really sensitive to mold and water damage, and I need to let you know that we've had an event at the school. There was a leak." She explained the details and explained what they had done and were planning to do to address it.
Yeah.
And I asked her if she'd be willing to kind of press pause on their plan and
Yeah.
have a meeting and reevaluate, because the plan that she was going to go down could have made the school no longer a possible fit for my kids.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
went and
sure.
had this meeting with her, and they had a different local inspector come and basically didn't find anything. And so we knew that there had been water damage, but they didn't find any mold with their standard, air sampling is all they did. They said, "You know what, just for good measure, why don't we just fog the whole school with an antimicrobial, and then it'll kill whatever's here." And this is what the principal said, there's no mold, but we're going to fog anyway. And I was like, "Ooh, hang on.
Yeah.
Can we call Mold Inspection Sciences and
Yeah.
ask for their CIRS protocol? We need to dig a little deeper than just an air sample."
For sure.
And luckily she was willing to say, "Okay,
Yeah.
if your family is willing to maybe help with the extra cost, we'll press pause on our plan, make sure." Well, what happened is your guys came down, did a more thorough evaluation,
Yeah.
and they found some pretty scary molds, actually.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it turns out that
Yeah.
the school was really grateful. They said, "Gosh, this is stuff that would have made any of us sick. And if we would have just fogged, that wouldn't have gone down well. We really needed this."
Yeah,
removed."
for
They
sure.
were really great. Of course, I was grateful because you guys found what would have made my kids sick. Well, plus, the entire school. And I'm so grateful to the school that they were willing to go down the pathway and take your recommendations rather than the other guy who just wanted to fog. You guys provided some education for them. So that CIRS protocol, or the MRIC, what is it again? Mold-related illness and CIRS. Yep, I got it.
Correct.
Yep.
Mold-related
The
illness and
mold-related illness and CIRS protocol, it really is different. They're not just going to go and do an air sample and then recommend fogging. So what I heard you say that they're going to get is more of an intake. Your guys are going to come and ask a lot of questions that are going to, guide the inspection about where people feel well or don't feel well, where there's been history, all kinds of things. They're going to do dust sampling, which is what we know we need, when we have something that's not just related to a whole live spore in the air, but what's even settled out in the dust and maybe old and fragmented can still be inflammatory for us.
Yeah.
So you're going to do that. You're going to spend a longer time digging. I love how you said we're going to leave no rock unturned. So really do a full assessment on the home and then write up recommendations that are safe, that aren't just based on killing, right?
Absolutely.
But are based on removal of those inflammatory agents. So yes, I am very grateful for what Mold Inspection Sciences have done for my family.
1-800-619-MOLD.